What's up guys, it's cubeatz here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make ethnic guitar beats from scratch for an artist such as GUNNA, even if you don't play the guitar. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing you need for making this type of beats is to use some sort of starter for the authenticity. It's quite impossible to make realistic guitar beats with some sort of VSTs. One, they are really expensive, some contact bands are really expensive for it, or second, they are not authentic. So the best thing you can do is just go to Splice, Arcade, or some sample packs and find some sort of guitar starters. Okay, for this beat right here, I went into Splice and I found this starter right here. So this was the starter that I used, and because I found it on Splice, I already know the key. It's in F minor right here. So now the second thing you need to do for making this type of beat is to just add some chords to it to give it some fullness and emotion. In my case, I just layered these piano notes right here. The VST is from Analog Lab, it's Piano 6, and I choose it from the Loveless pack from Lifestyle Did It, so shout out for his Analog Lab bag, it's a great one. So after I just figured out by listening what chords I should use, this is what everything sounds together so far. And really listen to the fullness and the emotion that these two chords just add to the whole vibe. And suddenly the entire melody just had more depth and fullness. So what I did is I just used the simple notes right here, but I strummed them, so as you can see right here. So I just strummed them manually. I hold Option and I strummed them manually, and that was all I did. I just played with the velocity a bit, but it's just the randomizer. So great. So after I did that, let's get into the third thing you need to do for making this authentic ethnic guitar beats, is to add some sort of counter melody and accents. So in my case, it is some sort of flutes, accents and textures, vocals, and even guitar stutters. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So first of all, I added this pan flute right here. And this is just a simple VST from Flex. So it's a free plugin for FL Studio. I use it in a lot of beats. It's here, general MIDI library, it's the pan flute. So I just added some notes from the chords we figured out beforehand. This is why it is important to figure out the chords of the sample. And I just played it like this. So this just fills up the melody a little bit more and adds some sort of nice and, most importantly, authentic texture and accent. So afterwards, I added some sort of guitar stutter. So this is what I mean right here. So, and as you can see, it's the same notes as before. So these are the root notes from the chord progression I figured out beforehand. And this VST right here is also from Flex, and it's in the Essentials guitar plugin. It's Ace of Space. I use this guitar a lot. And if you want to see how I use this guitar for making wavy guitar beats, just check out my latest video I posted in the top right corner right here. I use this VST just to make some guitar stutter and some accents. And afterwards, I just want to add some sort of vocal to it, because the melody in itself is quite empty, so we want to fill it a little bit more, and the best way to do it is with some sort of pads or vocals. In this case, I thought that vocals would fit the vibe great, so I went into my favorite vocal plugin. It's called Arcade, and I went into the Sky High preset and just figured out this pattern right here. So for the effects, guys, I first used an EQ and cut pretty much everything. Afterwards, I used reverb plugin with a decay and a really big reverb, so the mix is quite up there, and that's it. So this is pretty much my go-to vocal chain for adding vocals to the background. So I cut pretty much everything, and then afterwards I add a lot of reverb to it to see how it works and fits in the background of the beat. So this is what we got so far. So now the melody already sounds much fuller and deeper, but I want to add one more thing. So in general, it's this synth texture that I found right here. I can't remember where I found it, but I think it's from Splice or just a sample pack, and it's just a quick texture that I found that really fits the vibe of it and adds some sort of textures to it. And now all this intro melody needs is just a bass. So this bass plugin is one of my favorite. It's Heat Up 3, it's the Acoustic 6 bass plugin. So after all these layers right here were done, let's get into the fourth key aspect for making this type of ethnic guitar beats for Gunna, is to have bouncy hi-hats. Let me show you what I mean. So a quick tip for making this bouncy hi-hat is to come up with a rhythm in your head that would fit the vibe of the melody playing. So in my case it was dun 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 dun, something like this. And also I played around with velocity a bit, so they are not so harsh, especially for these kind of little ones right here. So after I got that, I just used a simple normal clap trap pattern, and afterwards I just added some sort of open hats to give it a bit more bounce. Okay, so great. So after this is done, let's get to the fifth aspect for making this type of beat, is a hard-hitting and big 808. So in general, you use a 808 and a kick for this type of beat, and in my opinion, the kick and the 808 are playing simultaneously, so you have to sidechain it a little bit. But for the 808, just use the same notes for the chord progression as before, and make sure that is 808 hit. So yeah guys, these were the 5 key aspects for making this ethnic guitar beats for Gunna. If you find some sort of value into this video, please like the video, leave a comment and tell me what did you learn. And if you like this beat, you can download it for free using the link in the description down below. If you want to join my email list where I send some sort of samples, DM me on Instagram, it's @5keybeats, and I'm just going to send you my samples weekly. So let's hear the full beat now.